all of you in 2 weeks, okay?
He's good, I like that.
Mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. If you guys can hear me, let me hear you make some noise. Yeah! All right. Welcome to Everglades Holiday Park, home of the Gator Boys and gateway to the Everglades. I will be your host on this wonderful, magical tour. My name is Captain Cott. And guys, right now we are currently sitting in a 2-ton aircraft-grade aluminum airboat with not one, but 2 V8 Cadillac 500 in the back.
Yeah, buddy!
Listen to those puppies purr. Guys, coming up on the left side, we have our first animal. It's going to be all these birds, right? We have a bunch of them on the rocks over there. We have one little guy sitting on the buoy right here. This is the double-crested cormorant bird. Your double-crested cormorants, guys, or as the French like to call them, cormorant. And guys, these cormorants like hanging out by that factory-looking building to the left, about to be to the right. And what that factory-looking building is a water pump house. There are over 90 of these water pump houses all throughout the Everglades. These water pump houses help prevent floods and droughts and all that good stuff. And guys, the reason that the double-crested cormorants like hanging out by the water pump house is because when those doors open and the water comes rushing in, so does the fit. And guys, that is a feeding frenzy for these cormorants. These birds are excellent fishermen. They can dive at depths up to 30 feet. Look, I think, oh no, he's washing something up. I thought he had a fish over there. But yeah, these birds can dive at depths up to 30 feet and move in short bursts of speeds up to 25 miles per hour. And yes, they can fly. Guys, these birds, the double-crested cormorants, they have no teeth, so they swallow their fish whole, straight down the gullet. This airboat that we are all currently sitting in, and all of the other airboats that you see here at the park, they are all handmade right here at the park by our lovely mechanic. And guys, that just means that if anything goes wrong with the boat today, we're gonna blame those guys. Heading to the first speed trip. We got 3 speed trips, guys. We're heading to the first one. This boat can reach top speeds of around 40 miles per hour, and with these 2 big boy engines in the back, we have about 800 horsepower. Not that much, right?
That's great.
we take off right here, I just have one question for all of you. Only one. Are you guys ready to go fast?
Yeah!
Alright, well then strap in those seatbelts and hold on tight, cause here welcome everyone, we are here. And guys, this canal that we just entered is a man-made canal. If you guys take a look, coming up all the way down to your left, you want to see how far down this canal goes. It goes down 4 miles. Guys, you will also see how perfectly straight this canal is, right?
Hammer time!
You guys, because this canal is so perfectly straight, that is one way that you can tell that this canal is man-made. Because, man, we like to make these perfectly straight lines. You got your canals, your roads, your skyscrapers. But guys, Mother Nature, she doesn't really make perfectly straight lines. She likes her twists and turns. Now these canals are very beneficial for our airboats and all the other boats traveling through them. Because they are all over the Everglades and they are very deep. They range in depth from 20 to 40 feet deep, where typically your Everglades is only a couple of feet deep. 1, 2, 3 feet, a lot of dry patches everywhere. So with these canals being all over and being that deep, they allow our airboats and all the other boats traveling through them to navigate these waterways with ease. Canal, we are moving on to an all-natural look at your Everglades. An all-natural natural. Look at the Everglades, a little place that we like to call the Shiner Hole. Guys, as we make our way to the Shiner Hole, we're going to be taking a little trip back in time. Roughly 5,000 years ago, that is the end of your last ice age. You know, like the movie with the mammoth and the sloth. Great movie, it's a classic. Anyways, 5,000 years ago, end of the last ice age, all the ice here in Florida is melting, and boom, there's your Everglades. That is how it was formed. For hundreds of years, the Native Americans lived out here in the Everglades, and they lived off the land just as you see it right now. Just imagine no toilet paper, no phone, no shower. Pretty crazy, right? And they lived like that all up until the late 1800s when the settlers came.
Oh, wow.
Good eye. That was a vulture. We're going to see more of those.
That was a vulture. Over the vulture, buzzard, like a turkey buzzard.
So the settlers came, they took the land from the Native Americans. Once they got the land, they realized they didn't really like it that much.
Oh, they're up here.
Those birds up there, good eye, more double-crested cormorants like the ones we saw at the beginning of the tour on the buoys on the rock. I'm gonna keep it moving though. And the settlers, they didn't like the land that much, so they started draining the water, building houses and grocery stores, and Chuck E. Cheese's and gas stations. Who knows, guys? The settlers, if they kept that up, they may have drained all the water, and there might not be an Everglades left. But there is. That's all thanks to one special lady. Her name was Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. She said, guys, enough is enough. We have to protect this place. And in 1947, with Marjorie leading the charge, your Everglades became a national park. And now, almost 100 years later, here we are in the wild, in the Everglades, looking for alligators and other animals. Second speed trail coming up, but before we hit it, when you look up to the left, in these trees, there's a couple different types of birds, right? But we're looking for the vultures mainly. See one flying around right there to the left. You got the black feathers with the gray tips on the edge of their feathers. There are a couple way up top of the top of this tree right here. Guys, you may be familiar with vultures and what exactly they do. These are the scavengers of the Everglades, the cleanup crew. They eat up all the dead things around here. Guys, I like to think of them as like the janitors of the Everglades, right? It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do. And your vultures are the one for the job. They get a bad rap, you know, they eat up all the dead stuff, so a lot of people think, oh, that's nasty, that's gross, that's disgusting. But guys, that is the circle of life. You gotta love it. Left side, you're gonna see one hanging right on this branch right here up top to the left. Alright. There's a vulture right there, turkey vulture.
I see one right there.
Guys, over time, these vultures evolved a very peculiar trait. Here's some more on the left side. Over time, you know, when you eat up all that dead stuff, there's one flying around, a bunch of them over here. When you eat up all that dead stuff, it comes with a lot of bacteria, viruses, germs, you name it. As we wouldn't want those germs, neither would the vultures. so they actually evolved a very acidic urine. There's no soap out here, so their urine, I would compare it to like a hand sanitizer. Once these birds eat, after they're done, they actually pee on themselves. Lovely, isn't it? And guys, just remember that only applies to the vultures, not to any of us on the boat, alright? Here we go, second speed drill. Prepare for takeoff in 3, 2, 1, welcome to the Shiner Hole. This is the all-natural Everglades. Take a look around. You're going to see how open it is in here. All the grass everywhere. Hey guys, please don't do this, right? But if one of you were to jump out of the boat right now, you can easily stand out here in the Shiner Hole. It's very shallow, around 2 feet deep. Guys, we were looking for alligators, right? One thing you guys should know about alligators, I think I see one actually. But one thing you guys should know about alligators is that they do have personalities just like dogs and cats. I think I see Jessie the alligator. I'm gonna go see if she's gonna stay up for So the alligators, they have personalities like dogs and cats. Some gators are very nice and cute and cuddly. Some are shy, some are brave, guys. And some alligators are just mean and vicious. But all alligators have 3 things in common. They're all cold-blooded, territorial, and always lurking. If you look to your left, on top of the water,
There's one right there.
you're going to see an alligator right on top of the water to the left. This is a very special alligator. This is one of the only alligators I really recognize. This alligator's been out here for years, and as you may tell, when you're coming close to it, when you get closer, you'll see this alligator. Her name's Jessie. She's actually missing part of her tail. Another alligator bit it off years ago. And the tail's a very important part of the alligator, so it is a miracle that Jessie's been out here for this long. Look, she's going under. A little too close for comfort. So Jessie likes to play games. She may pop back up. See her little nub sticking out of the water right now. Right side, you can see that nub sticking out of the water. That's her tail right there. Or what's left of it. Let's see if she wants to show her face to the right side. I guess. They're flying around on the wind currents, right? So they can glide around for hours out there, guys. What they're doing is they're trying to pick up a scent. Once they find that scent, that's when they go and do their job. Remember, on this airboat, we are all gas, no brakes. We have no brakes, no reverse. Just the fans, the pedals, and the wind. So when you're driving an airboat, you want to make the wind your friend, because it can become your enemy very quickly. alligator. Alright, he's gonna be a little hard to see, guys, but get ready. I'm like 70% sure. He's gonna be on the right side. He's gonna be laying down in this bed of grass to the right. Or I'm blind. Could be blind. No, he's there. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can get a good look right there. It looks really comfortable, doesn't it? Nice little bed for him. Okay, so be on the left side, he's laying down. See his whole body right here. Awesome. He's not even moving an inch, he's too comfy right now. Guys, as we pass by him, you're going to see he has these little bumps on his back, these little ridges. All gators have them, and they are not scales. What those are is they are called scutes. Scoot. And those are his hardest bone. They act as an armor protecting the alligator from anything that may want to harm him or hurt him. That guy looks to be about three to 3.5 feet, I would say. There's a little trick if you want to tell roughly how big an alligator is. What you do is you take the head of the alligator and you measure the gap in between the eyes and the nose. Tip of the eyes to the tip of the nose, you measure that gap in inches and then you convert that to feet. So let's say that gap is 3 inches, we'd say it's around 3 feet, 4 inches, 4 feet, and so forth. Isn't he cute? Alright guys, one more look for the right side. We're going to keep it moving. Guys, the Everglades is home to many different types of plants. that we call the Big Three. First of the big three plants is going to be all of these leaves on top of the water. When I first got to the park, I thought these were lily pads, but these are not lily pads. These are called spatter dock plants. Spatter like paint, spatter dock like a fishing dock. The way you can tell that these are the spatter dock is by the yellow flower that they have, whereas lily pads have the little white flower. You can kind of see how these spatter dock plants, they look a little bit and they act like suction cups. So when we move through them with our flat bottom boats, you got to give it a little bit of gas or they will stop the boat right in its place. On the left, guys. Big boy on the left. It's a little bit of a difficult spot, so we're going to look at it from here, get the right side, then we're going to get a little closer view. Alligators can't see directly in front of them or behind them. They can only see left and right. Guys, these gators are very familiar with our airboats. They feel and know and hear the vibration, the sound. Typically, you get any type of boat close to an alligator, they'll be gone very quickly. They're very skittish animals. Because we're out here every day, they're out here every day. They're used to our airboats and they're used to us getting pretty close. Coming up on the left side. This guy's probably around 5 to even 6 feet, guys. One of the bigger alligators we will see today. careful. These airboats really can't flip at all. See, guys, all these waterways are public waterways. You guys can, you have a boat, airboat, you can bring it out here, travel around. Alright, we'll try to do one more look for both sides. We'll see. If there's no one behind us, we can do two more looks. He's kind of moving a little. Alright, this is going to be the last look for the right side, guys. Then we're going to keep it moving. I don't know if I said this already, but here at the park, after we see an alligator, we have a little saying, it's kind of popular. You may have heard it before. We say, "See ya later, alligator." I feel like I should have said it, but maybe I didn't. After we saw that first. So guys, the Everglades, most of it's very shallow, right? Guys, your Everglades depends on rainwater for its water levels. There is no low tide or high tide out here in the Everglades. The more it rains, the more the water levels go up, the more places we can take the boat, the more fun we can have. However, in times of drought, the water will keep dropping and dropping and dropping. And guys, eventually if the water gets too low, they will close the shutter hole down, sometimes for days, sometimes for months. If the water gets really low, they will even close down the speed trails, guys. Just imagine a tour where you don't go fast. Those are not the best, let me tell you. You guys, the reason the park
There's an
closed
alligator
things
right
down-
there.
Let me see. Something?
Yeah,
Gator?
little one. Yeah.
The guy might have went under the water, but let's go see if that guy's still up.
there, right there.
Right there, right there.
Right there, right there to the left.
Yeah, I see it back here.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't see it? That was his back.
Okay, another alligator guy. You can see him right there. You gotta swim around real quick. You can really see that guy on the right side. His whole body right there,
Yeah, I can see it.
top of the wall.
It's over.
stretch of the tour. Now when I make this left turn, I cannot spin the boat, guys. Park rule. So if we do see anything like the gator right to the left, I'm going to need everyone to either lean over or go,
Yeah.
guys.
There he is.
On the left side. See this guy coming up on the left. Another 4 to 5 foot alligator right here. Okay. Nice. Try not to hit this tree, alright? Right size, a little far, but it's the best I can do. Guys, if you look to your left and right, you will see these mangrove-looking trees. Not sure if you heard that. Sorry. Left and right, the mangrove-looking trees. However, these are not mangrove. These are called pond apple trees. Mangroves only grow in salt water. These pond apple trees only grow in fresh water, which is what we are in right now. And the reason they are called pond apple trees is because they grow a little green fruit that looks like a little green apple called a pond apple. And we're not going to see any pond apples today. They're out of season. But when the pond apples are in season, the alligators and the turtles love to gobble them up. The alligators and turtles eat the pond apples up. They poop them out. That starts the germination process, and that is how a new pond apple tree is born. The circle of life. You gotta love it. Now, if you guys are wondering why we can't spin back here, because back in the day you used to be able to. But if you look at this canal, perfectly wide enough, definitely have spun in tighter canals than this. Well, the reason why we can't spin is because someone decided to crash a boat back here and ruin all the fun for the rest of us. You know, it was a brand new captain. It was like their first day. They crashed the boat, and they made that rule. That captain doesn't work here anymore. But yeah, guys, so just that can happen. The boats can crash. It can happen. It has happened. Highly unlikely for that to happen while I'm driving out. Okay, guys, coming up to the end of our tour here. I would just like to thank each and every one of you guys for coming out. I really appreciate all of you for letting me show you around. Now here at the park, none of us captains own any of these boats, and most of our income does come from your generosity, so gratuities are greatly appreciated, however never required. Captain Kyle.